I'm sorry. I can't do Americans. I need somebody with culture. I'm sorry.
Black Americans got culture. Americans got culture.
You rolling.
I need somebody with some culture.
Americans don't have culture.
Y'all got culture?
We got the culture. We are the culture.
Who the culture?
We are the culture. Globally, they know about Black Americans.
No, hold on. We not
Globally, they know about Black Americans.
But you gotta remember 1804, baby. I'm the one that wanted my
American. We're not gonna use the word American.
Yeah, Black Americans.
I ain't gonna hold
That's
you.
fine, but
the
listen,
culture.
1804, I'm the reason why you have your independence.
That's the part I hate about
Haitians was the
Caribbean
first
people, though.
free independent country. First black free independent
That ain't got
country.
nothing to do with. That don't got nothing to do with America.
That's nice. I'm just letting you know the reason why y'all have y'all independence.
Y'all coming
is because
over
of
here
you.
because of us, because of the hard work that Black
First of
Americans
all,
did.
you know Haiti is like in debt for 1 trillion years because
You
they've
know
been
why?
paying?
Because the French owe us how much?
So y'all got
No,
your
y'all
independence
been
for what?
paying.
What?
Wait, when you say Haiti's the reason Americans got their independence, what do you mean by that?
How they gonna cook me for that?
What do you
Learn
mean
that
by that?
history.
Y'all gotta cut that
We
out.
won.
African Americans are free?
I'm not saying that we set the revolution. The reason we were the first independent free country.
Ain't
Are
nobody
you
give a
crazy?
fuck about y'all, bro.
By
Look at him
paying-
pointing. Look
No,
at
no.
him pointing.
No.
Are you crazy?
No, but by paying Britain, what?
I'm talking about we set the thing. We the one that set it. 1804. We the first free
y'all have-
independent Caribbean country.
I'm not gonna go in depth with
Are you
that, but
crazy?
y'all have.
But what that got to do with America?
African Americans.
We said it, and then y'all followed.
Y'all said it for yourselves, not for
We
no
said
Black
it, and then
Americans.
y'all followed.
And we set the stage for y'all immigrants to come over here and profit off of America.
So you saying that?
And you're mad that we came to.
No,
it's a
I'm not
profit?
mad. I'm not
I
mad.
don't-
I'm
don't
telling you
hate
what
on
black.
nobody's hustle.
I'm telling you what Black culture provided for you and your family.
How that provided for me and my
Because
family?
we set the
'Cause you
standard.
came here.
I don't.
We set the
Who
standard.
came here? I didn't come here.
You
Your
here right
family
now?
did?
My family came here.
And you're here
And
now.
they made their money and they went right back to Haiti. So what's up?
So why you ain't go right back to Haiti?
Because why would I come back to Haiti? I'm Gucci where I'm at.
Where your parents live?
They're here.
What?
And they doing the flow.
How's that going
on
right
Labor
back to
Day.
Haiti? That ain't going right back to Haiti. They still
On Labor
shit.
Day? It ain't been on Labor
Say that Black Americans have no culture boldly is to admit publicly that you're unqualified to continue your conversation.
You did not answer the question.
Oh, Lord. Again. A fucking again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
The new talking points from continental Africans is Black Americans don't have a unique culture because our culture is a mix of African, European, and Native influences. The anti-American xenophobia refuses to allow them to either actually learn or engage correctly. I'm not sure why you would attempt to speak on Black Americans and our culture when you apparently don't even know what the definition of culture is. But since you appear to be an anti-Black, anti-American grifter who only gets views by being xenophobic towards American, let's delve into your video.
One thing I thought was actually hilarious is when you talked about soul food, saying that soul food is a mix of European, African, and Native American food that is unique to Black Americans. That is funny. How can you say that something is unique when it is a mix of other people's culture?
Culture is the customs, art, social institutions, and achievement of a particular nation, people, or other social group, which I clearly and succinctly outlined in my video. A talking point for continental Africans is how can you have culture when it all comes from other things like Europe and Africa? To say this is to ignore hundreds of thousands of cultures around the world because cultures are quite literally influenced by others, which then become uniquely their own. Is jerk chicken not unique and only from Jamaica? Well, that comes from Taino natives and Africans coming together to make a dish. Same with reggae. Is mofongo not unique to Puerto Rico? Well, that comes from Taino natives, Spaniards, and African influences like fufu. Is salsa and merengue not unique to the Spanish Caribbean islands? Guess what? That's also a mixture of those three cultures. Therefore, is collard greens, jambalaya, red rice and beans, gumbo, cornbread, stewed neck bones, black-eyed peas, chitterlings, to name a few, not unique to Black Americans? Well, that comes from a mixture of Native American, West African stewed meats and veggies, and European techniques. Therefore, hip-hop, jazz, gospel, blues, rock, country all comes from a mixture of African instruments, European instruments, and formulated in the Americas by Black Americans. To respect all of the Caribbean and Latin American cultures as cultures, but ours isn't unique because it's a combination of things, just like all the other cultures, just shows you're either jealous, envious, dumb, or simply a hater.
Every single family of Black Americans eats soul food.
Yes, quite literally, every Black American eats soul food in America. Like, to talk so boldly about things you don't understand and things you don't know is the definition of ignorant and stupid. Since you say that all Congolese people have the same culture, which is a lie, let's look at West African cultures, particularly around music, food, and traditions. Jollof rice and stew, which is everywhere in West Africa, contains tomatoes. Tomatoes come from Native Americans and native to the Americas and were brought over by Europeans. Cassava is native to Brazil and the Americans, yet you eat it. Peanuts come from South America. Afrobeat has elements of jazz that Africans brought back from America, which was invented by Black Americans and our culture. Congolese music is all electric guitar, which was invented by Americans. So tell me again, how your culture isn't influenced by others.
That they were emulating Black American culture. First of all, hip hop is a culture of its own, okay? And these kids are not emulating Black American culture. They are emulating their favorite rappers or whatever. Everybody does that in every single music genre. Fans.
To fix your mouth and say hip hop, one of the most exported parts of Black culture isn't Black culture, is like you have to lie in your video in order to feel better about yourself. Like I said, it must suck from having an inferiority complex. What sucks most about anti-intellectuals who possess a low-level IQ is that the information is readily available, but yet you'd rather spend your time defending a Beninese man who disrespected Black Americans for what? Views? Each tribe in every West African countries has different customs, practices, beliefs, and things unique to them, especially wedding customs. And I know this because I have been in several traditional weddings in several West African countries. So no, there's no one overarching Congolese culture. Your countries and their national identities are younger than my grandmother. All of the cultures in the Americas, from North America, the Caribbean, and all of Latin America, have been formulated over the last 5 centuries, a half a millennia. America is roughly the size of Europe, and you think each region will have the same exact culture, dishes, or traditions? We do actually have uniformity on some things, but like anywhere in the world, there's subsets within our culture. I'd urge you, for real, to find a new talking point, because not only do you appear to be cognitively challenged, it's just unfortunate that you believe in the things that you say in your videos. Have the day you deserve, and I urge you, please, try to go one day without using AAVE.
There's always been a big question, were Black people robbed of their culture, or did they preserve their authentic African culture? And what Soul is saying is that they were robbed of their culture, and so they picked up the culture of the people around them. And the people around them were rednecks. And if you look at the white redneck culture and the Black redneck culture, they have a lot of the same values. They don't particularly respect education. They love Jesus. They use violence in their conflicts. And even Ebonics, which is, Black English, is actually all from the west of England.
What?
It's from the west of England. So, for example, if you go to places like Cornwall, they would always say, Devon knows how they make it so creamy. And they all talk like this, right? And so it doesn't sound like Black English. But they do say things like, I be doing that, and we be doing this, and they be doing that. And so there's that use of that copula be, where instead of saying I am, you are, he is, she is, they are, they just say I be, you be, we be, they be, which is the classic feature of Black English, African American vernacular English.
Now, people gonna get mad at this white guy for saying this, and you know why? Because people don't know who Thomas Sowell is. Thomas Sowell is a Black man who wrote a book called Black Rednecks and White Liberals. And in his book, he explained this whole theology of how Black people were robbed of their culture. It's just a simple fact. I mean, they came from Africa. They were taken apart from their families. They didn't have a common language. They lost all of the culture over generations. And what did they adopt? That's why I always argue it's not Black culture. It's degenerate culture that Black people have adopted. The same with white, the same with whoever adopt this culture is going to find themselves in a very similar situation in America and across the world. It's that simple.
And I see a lot of UK people speaking about black American. The UK, Africans, Caribbeans, a lot of their talking points is Black Americans don't have culture. What do you say to those people who say that?
That's a projection. We are the culture here. Our lineage goes back to this country longer than the lineage to their country because their countries are relatively new. Not just West Africa, all of Africa. Many of those countries were basically created in the 1800s at the Berlin Conference. They don't have a deep, rich culture. That's why a lot of them have to leave because because of a lot of tribalism. They're not as deeply rooted as they're supposed to be. They do a lot of projecting onto us. Our culture is so deeply rooted here. Everything about American culture that is good comes from foundational Black Americans.
True.
The food, the dance, the slang, the sports, the entertainment, all of the music genres was created by foundational Black Americans. We are the culture. And they know this because if you go to their countries, they're acting like...
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Kiss Glover. If you're just coming across my page for the very first time, please do it too. Just give me a thumbs up, share my video, and I beg you in the name of God, subscribe for me. I'm credited as the rightful owners of the clips and stitches I have added to this particular video. So guys, you've seen from the other clips I posted, you've seen when a lot of Haitians people are trying to say Black don't have culture, like Blacks don't have culture, like they want to know Black Americans, they are not culture oriented people. I don't know, stuff like that. So whenever this issue comes up, whenever I see this type of issue on my page, whenever I'm strolling and I saw this type of issue, I was like, they don't know what they are saying. I don't know what they are saying, in the sense that the way most of us are dressing today is oriented from the Black culture, from the Black American culture. The way most countries sing today, even the way they talk, is from Black Americans' culture. So guys, I'm going to add more clips and stitches to this video, then I'll be back with commentary. Stay tuned.
Kaisenat said African Americans have no culture, and that's not the most interesting thing to me at all. We should really do some research between the pipeline of Black men influencers or content creators who are popular and deemed funny, even if they're not comedians, but like at first they start out funny and genuine and everyone loves them because they seem to be a genuine guy, like King Batch or whatever, and then slowly, little by little, they start promoting and perpetuating like stereotypes that are harmful to the Black community, like until that becomes their entire personality. Because it would be tragic if people start basically associating Kaisenat's kind of like content with King Batch's, because no one likes King Batch's content. Going back to the prior statement, however, I can tell you for sure that even though I never went out of my way to see Kaisenat, whenever I saw him, I never knew that he was Caribbean. I never knew that he was in fact Haitian. His father being Haitian and his mother being from Trinidad. Out of all the times I've seen Kaisenat on my For You page, I have never once seen him promote Haitian culture as something he's directly part of. I've always seen him dibble-dabble in other people's cultures, and when I saw him talk about Haitian culture, I would assume that he was not Haitian himself. Because everything he seems to know about certain cultures is very limited and probably on a surface level, and while we can blame the parents or whatever, he's a grown man with money and resources. He can learn if he wanted to. So that being said, for a guy who dibble-dabbles in other people's culture and seems to be disconnected from his own two Caribbean cultures, he seems to have a lot of opinions about a culture that he consistently takes advantage of every day. And when we're talking about African American culture, what do you think we're talking about? We're talking about everything, right? Look at the clothes he wears. Look at how he talks. Look at his hair. Look at the people he's invited on his streams. You say African Americans have no culture, yet your styles come from them. You say African Americans have no culture, yet your favorite artists and musicians are African American. Your favorite genres of music was probably started by a Black man in America, an African American. And while I'm not African American, so this is not going to hit me nearly as hard as it hits them, because they constantly have to deal with these anti-Black remarks from other people, including other Black people like Kaisenat. I'm just going to say that I'm not going to let the nigga that knows nothing about his culture define what other cultures are. You want to scream and shout that African Americans have no culture? What's Haitian culture? What's Trinidadian culture? Like, you don't know anything about your culture either, nigga. You don't have the bandwidth to have this conversation.
African, you're not, word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban.
Now everything that I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fit, then I hope that bitch comfortable. Saying that Black Americans don't got no culture is crazy. This the definition of culture. Either I can't fucking read, or Black Americans got the culture. The food that we eat, the music that we created, rock and roll, R&B, rap, pop, everything else, we can get into it. The clothes that we wear, the style that we wear, the style that you Kaisenat copy. Last time I checked, this right here, that's not from Haitian culture. All of these right here, none of that is from Haitian culture. and Jamaican culture and Caribbean culture where you come from. That's all Black American culture. So while you say we don't have no culture, but you over here using our language, speaking like us, using our verbal forms of communication, saying nigga, listening to our music, dressing like us, copying the style, and cosplaying as one of us. The reason why you successful is acting like a Black American. If we don't have a culture, then why you get it popping back over in Haiti? Because you can't. Because the culture and the roots ain't strong enough over there for y'all to stay over there and get it popping over there. That's why y'all came over here. And since we such a welcoming, loving community, we let y'all come through and eat off the culture and be a part of the culture that y'all did not create. Y'all are a guest. How soon y'all forget the reason why y'all over here is because of us. It's because of certain laws and policies that my people fought for. Everything we got, we created for ourselves and fought for. Black Americans specifically, who come from this lineage, who been here before the transatlantic slave trade. Even the other people that live in your house. I'm Davis. He's Nigerian. Phantom. He's Dominican. Agent. He's African. All of y'all are successful by cosplaying Black American culture that you did not create. Y'all are over here because of us, because we are the culture. Shout out to Duke Dennis, though. Now, if you read that definition of culture, you would have seen that it also said human intellectual achievement, social institutions, things that people have created, you know what I'm saying, for the people. Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, Dr. Shahrazad Ali, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, Martin Luther King. I can go on and on and on and on. People that's from our lineage that created things and created the pathway for not only us, but people in the diaspora to be able to come over here and reap the benefits of it. I just find it funny how these people are so ignorant and uneducated to understand that the reason why they're able to leave their countries and come to a place where they can prosper is because of the same people that they claim don't have a culture. But if we get to talking about y'all culture, it's a World War III. We xenophobic. We're not xenophobic. We just responding to the disrespect. But when we respond to the disrespect, now we all gotta come together. Miss me with that. We're not about to play that because we let everybody eat off the culture. We could talk about Kodak Black, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Mexican OT, Akon, Drake, 21 Savage, Eminem. None of those people are Black American. People that are not from this culture, they're successful because of us. We're the ones listening to the music. We're the ones giving them a platform to be able to become successful. And even in the streaming world, Casanat, you successful because of us. My only point is just be respectful while you're here. Be respectful of the people that paved the way for your goof ass to come over here.
You are not cultured at all.
Not cultured.
Stop. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, you're black.
Okay.
You're just black.
Just be yourself.
Aight.
Hey, also, I just found the Anarchy hoodie yesterday. Can't wait. Finna read.
Boy, this type of stuff right here makes my blood boil.
Thank you so much. Bro, you're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it.
We American. Just keep it at Black American. And the reason why I don't like being referred to as African American is because sometimes Africans even got a problem and they talk down on Americans. I don't even like being referred to as African American. Nah, just call me Black or call me Black American.
That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly you're black.
So?
You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban. You are American.
Look, Kai, we are black. And for you to go so far to say we uncultured, the audacity. How can you go so far to say we uncultured when you participate in and profit off of our culture? Stop playing with us. Kai, I get so tired of people who come from other countries and they feel like they have so much culture, but yet y'all be jocking our culture. Yet y'all be trying to do what we do. Oh my God. Come on, man. We influence your culture. Guess what's our culture, Kai? Hip hop. That's our culture. Guess what's our culture, Kai? Gospel. That's our culture. Guess what's our culture, Kai? Country music. That's our culture. We got so much culture, boy, it'll make your head spin. And how dare you talk about our culture when you participate in and profit off of our culture? That is hip hop. Stop playing with us. Are you for real? I'm getting tired of people who are from other countries having something negative to say about Black American culture, especially when you participate in Black American culture, especially when you profit off of Black American culture. Are you serious? These boys can't be serious. Something not smelling right. Something not smelling right. Something not adding up. Something not adding up, Kai. It ain't making sense to me, Kai. You participating in Black culture. You participating in hip-hop culture. Your whole platform, your whole audience has been built off of Black American culture. But yet you got something bad to say? You gonna try to throw a little salt in there? Throw a little shade? We ain't got culture, we ain't got this. Well, how about this? How about you hang up your streaming hat, Kai? Since we ain't got culture. How about you not have any rappers on your stream no more, Kai? Since we ain't got culture. How about you not participate and react to hip-hop stuff since we ain't got culture? Come on, Kai. How about you stop dancing to Fred Hammond songs since we ain't got culture? Stop it. All of these other cultures mimic Black culture. They want to be a part of Black culture. They want to be like Black culture. Oh my God. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not. So please, if you got something to say about Black culture, don't participate in it. Don't profit off of it. Don't imitate it. Don't mimic it. Don't do nothing. Just rock with your own culture. Period.
African Americans in this country are the only groups, they have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
Quickly, how many cultures are really copied worldwide by other groups of people? They lied to the world and said that Black Americans were nothing but slaves and that they never created anything while they stole everything that we have created. It actually blows my mind when people say that Black Americans don't have culture. The problem is that Black Americans have been so gracious with sharing their culture that nobody respects it. People in China will be saying the N-word at a Black American while dressing like a Black American. People in London will be actively perpetrating Black American dances, Black American music, Black American style while saying Black Americans don't have culture. You will ask people what is culture. They will say music, dances, food, religious practices, and some will even say community. Here's the thing that people don't know. Black Americans have religious practices. They will say, oh, well, you need a flag. Black Americans do have a flag. If you go down to Louisiana, in a lot of these southern states, there are a lot of old practices and celebrations cultivated by Black Americans. Not even stating the fact that we cultivated and or created every dance trend, every music genre. You can go to the other side of the earth, of the world, and they will be perpetrating Black American culture. People don't realize that Black Americans were not considered human, let alone American. So we had to cultivate and create our own culture for our own people. Hoodoo practices and language that we learned from our ancestors were not stripped away, but many just do not practice. Our flag was not stripped away, but many just do not know about it. People will say that they're not copying Black American culture while just copying the dances of Black Americans and the music of Black Americans. What do you think that is? Black American culture is some of the newest culture introduced to the world, and that is why it's overlooked.
Say African Americans or Black people don't have any culture is like the stupidest statement ever, because at every single turn you're wrong. So let's start off with when the human population was about 1,280, guess where they were located? Africa. So everything just starts from Africa. So your culture is essentially from African descent. You do understand this, right? And then you also have to understand a bunch of the music that we still listen to nowadays or is popularized is African American or Black music. Blues, jazz, rap, R&B, hip hop. So many of that. So many great artists are Black or African American. Let's also not talk about the old songs or dances or the drums that originate from Africa. Are we just going to ignore that a bunch of these amazing instruments or music or art forms came from Africa? Let's not also talk about how the first art was located in Africa. Africa. So to say that African American people or black people don't have any culture is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Please never speak your mouth again, because this is the most incorrect statement I've ever heard. And not to mention, the thing that you probably follow is Christianity, and that went down to Ethiopia before most of the Europeans got to it. So just letting you know, you're wrong. You're stupid and you're wrong. Stop being foolish.
I challenge you to think of something truly American. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I challenge you to highlight the contributions of immigrants without erasing Black American culture. Arguably the most influential culture on the planet, argue with a wall. There is not a single continent on this planet that does not imitate Black American culture in some fucking way. You almost had it when you mentioned rhythm and blues, but then you lumped us in with immigrants, and we are not immigrants, neither is our culture. Yes, American culture absolutely takes from immigrant culture. The message is correct. What isn't correct is ignoring Black American culture, which is uniquely Black American. It's not immigrant culture. It's not African culture. It is Black American culture that has been being built from the ground up for the last 400 plus years by Black Americans. We can all acknowledge the contributions of immigrants and their culture.
Guys, welcome back. And you've seen the more clips and stitches that I've added to this video. You've seen it, and you've seen a lot of country, not only Asian, saying Black Americans don't have culture. See, one thing I know is that a lot of countries, both African country and non-African country, are jealous of Black Americans. They are jealous of Black Americans in the sense that because they know that Black Americans are also indigenous of America. So whenever they come with this culture issue, they'll be like, blacks don't have culture, Black Americans don't have culture. Most of us today, from all over the world, we are emulating Black American culture. Believe it and leave it, or leave it. I am from Nigeria, and I have my cultural dress. I have with tie wrapper, there's different wrapper, like a color. We have our own color because I'm from the northern part of Nigeria. But why am I not dressing in my cultural attire? All these dresses we are wearing today, all these things we are wearing, the way we made our hair, the way we, everything we have that make us look swagalicious is all from Black Americans' culture. These people know what they are saying. Like, they know, but they are just trying to use it against Black American, and they'll be like, they don't have culture. They're just trying to, they are just trying to use it against Black American and trying to talk down on them. Like, I see Black American give a damn. They don't care. They don't care. Since your country have culture, your country have their traditional way, they have their dudes, and why are you dressing like, why are you not dressing in your cultural, in your cultural attire? Why are you putting on trousers? Why are you making your hair? Like, why are you putting on wigs? Why are you looking as if you are Black Americans? Black Americans are the culture itself. Black American has culture, and they are the culture itself. So you don't say what you don't know. Black Americans have culture, and they are culture. Many of our dressings today is not oriented from Black American culture. The way most of you people talk, that you people be talking, you'll be twisting your tongue. Is it not from Black American culture? The music, all this music, hip-hop, is it not their culture? We also have our cultural song, and that is theirs. So the high time you know, the better for you. You guys should not stop using this culture of a thing to talk down on Black American as if they care. Stop using culture Black Americans don't have culture. Even Haitians, people that cannot even stay in their country, will come out and talk down on Black Americans and saying they don't have culture. I can't talk to people that don't have culture. Like, you have culture and you want to dress like them, you want to talk like them, you want to sit like them, you want to do things like them. Why are you not using your own culture? Why you don't? So you guys should better stop that Black Americans don't have culture. Since you are culture oriented, then why not dress like your culture? Why not walk like your culture? Why not talk like your culture? Why not sit like your culture? The way you talk, the way we talk today, the way we dress today, the way we speak, the way we do a lot of things, that's Black Americans' culture. Even the way you say in it, you would say you go to America, you'll be using their tongue, dressing like them. It is Black American culture. So Black Americans also have culture. They have culture. And they are using their culture up till today. But a lot of us, even Africans, have abandoned our culture. We have abandoned our culture, dressing like Black Americans. That's nothing but the truth. Dressing like Black American, talking like Black American, doing things like Black Americans. So you guys should stop saying that, saying Black Americans don't have culture. You guys are quick to say it's just to talk down on America, Black America. And any little thing that comes up, Black Americans don't have culture. We can't talk to people that don't have culture. But you are dancing to their cultural music, which is the hip hop. Is their cultural music. When last do you dance to your own cultural music? So you guys should stop that thing you are doing. That's part of it. That's just because of the hatred you have for them. It makes you talk down on them that way. Yeah. The song you are listening to today is Black American culture. Hip hop is their culture. The way you dress is their culture. Our cultural dressing is their trouser. Not trouser now. We saw it from them and we start wearing it. Yes. We were wearing trousers. So you guys should stop it. Since they don't have culture, go and emulate your own culture and leave their culture alone. Leave them alone. Black Americans are not your problem. Leave Black Americans alone. Guys, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe for me. I beg in the name of God. Share this video. And leave your opinion in the comment section. Please, I beg you. Credit goes to the rightful one of the clips and stitches I have added to this particular video. So guys, I'm going for now. See you soon. Bye.